Tank, how would you fight Floyd in his prime? Like if you were to fight Floyd in
Don't
his prime,
fight him.
if you guys were both in the...
Don't fight him. I'm still retired, officially retired, but I didn't retire from entertaining people, and I didn't retire from making money. So this coming up soon in a couple days, it's all about entertaining the people.
Between Tank and Floyd is that Tank got the type of power. When you got power that carry up like Pacquiao, you can move up many weight divisions, not just, the two that he primarily fought in. We saw him dribbling Mario Barrios off the canvas, so we saw him do it.
Gervonta, in response to Floyd Mayweather's recent challenge, Davis has emphasized his abilities and stated that he can compete with any elite opponent. However, Davis has indicated that he is reluctant to fight Mayweather, citing their previous mentor-mentee relationship and suggesting that such a fight would not be in line with his professional objectives.
Tank, how would you fight Floyd in his prime? Like if you were to fight Floyd in
Don't
his prime,
fight him.
if you guys were both in the...
Don't fight him. I wouldn't fight him. I mean, Floyd was good. He was top tier. I mean, me, I feel as though I could compete with any top fighter. I'm not saying me going at Floyd, but I'm saying I feel as though my skills, and not to take nothing from Floyd, but I feel like my skills can compete with anybody that ever laced up a boxing game.
You're crazy to watch, bro.
Yeah.
You hit like a fucking train.
Gervonta Davis recently discussed his relationship with Floyd Mayweather, emphasizing that although Mayweather had a role in his career at one point, he has since moved on with his career regardless of Mayweather's influence. According to Davis, Floyd had already accomplished his goals in boxing and in his relationship with him. Floyd would often say, "I get to focus on me," but he had already completed his tasks. Despite any setbacks or difficulties that may have resulted from his relationship with Mayweather, Davis has remained focused on his own success. He acknowledged that if he had achieved as much as Mayweather did in the sport, he might feel the same way about stepping back, implying that whatever influence Mayweather had, whether positive or negative, was already in the past.
So how's your relationship with Floyd now? Is he still a part of your camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for stand to himself and things like that. But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit.
Floyd Mayweather clarified in an interview that although he no longer fights professionally, he still participates in exhibition bouts to stay fit and continue earning money. He said, "I'm still retired officially, but I'm not retired from entertaining people, and I'm not retired from making money." Mayweather views these bouts as a chance to interact with fans while earning enormous sums of money. He has frequently likened himself to business titans like Warren Buffett and Jeff Bezos, highlighting the fact that his retirement from the official competition does not mean he will stop making wise financial decisions. Mayweather probably had this mentality when he called out Tank Davis for a possible fight because he knew that a bout with his former protege would bring in a lot of money and attention. However, Davis has stated that he is not interested in fighting Floyd because he wants to concentrate on his own career rather than take on his former mentor in a non-competitive setting.
The fight you've got coming up, Floyd, who do you think has taken the biggest risk taking that fight? Has it been you, Floyd Mayweather, or has it been Logan Paul, and why?
Well, it's always me, because at the end of the day, I'm always in a no-win situation. If I go out, I talked about this numerous times. If I knock him out in the first round, they're going to say it was a waste of our money. If I carry him, let him go a few rounds, then they're going to say, oh, Floyd Mayweather couldn't knock this guy out. But people got to realize,
I'm still retired, officially retired, but I didn't retire from entertaining people, and I didn't retire from making money.
Showbiz the grown-up dissects Floyd Mayweather and Tank's possible bout. In his explanation of Floyd's lack of skill at this stage of his career, Davis claims that although Mayweather was once the most technical and defensive boxer, his time has come to an end and he is no longer capable of competing with someone like Tank, who is in his prime. The grown-up highlights that Tank, in contrast to Floyd, who concentrated primarily on defense and counterpunching, Davis is a complete fighter who combines skill, power, and strategic thinking in the ring. He fights with precision, making wise adjustments mid-fight, and has the ability to knock out his opponents at any time. Tank is more aggressive and applies constant pressure while maintaining his own defensive awareness. He also explains that Mayweather would find it difficult to match Tank's speed, power, and ring IQ at this point. Floyd is no longer the same fighter who dominated boxing for years, despite his continued experience. Because of this, the fight would just be for entertainment purposes rather than as a true competitive match. Tank. The reason I said Floyd Mayweather wasn't 154, but his skill set was so good is that Tank has the kind of power that carries up like Pacquiao. So you can move up many weight divisions, not just the two that he primarily fought in. That's why I think Davis is simply the best fighter of our time. It's not that he's a big guy who can go to 140. Rather, it's that he's so talented and punches so hard that those skill sets can keep up with him. A fantasy battle that many fans never imagined might occur, Davis has stated his willingness to enter the ring against his former mentor Floyd Mayweather. The Tank versus Money concept. Tank was considered Mayweather's protege, handpicked to be the next boxing superstar under Floyd's tutelage. But their relationship has had its ups and downs, with Tank eventually splitting from Mayweather Promotions to take full control of his career. The prospect of them facing off in the ring adds another chapter to their complicated history. Mayweather is surreal, a student challenging his master, a young lion trying to overthrow the king who once ruled the sport for years. What's so fascinating about this fight is the clash between generations and styles. Floyd precision counterpunching and making opponents pay were the cornerstones of the undefeated defensive genius's legacy. Conversely, Miss Tank is a fierce, aggressive combatant with the capacity to knock out opponents with lightning speed. Given that Floyd is retired and has only competed in exhibitions, many fans think that if this fight were to take place, it would be more of a spectacle than a competition. However, the plot of a former student attempting to outdo his master would be enough to make this one of the most talked about matchups in boxing history. Whether it takes place in an exhibition or a real fight, the mere prospect of Tank versus Mayweather is enough to get the entire boxing world excited. The world is humming. Breaking news on YouTube now that Floyd Money Mayweather has been called out by Gervonta Davis for an ultimate fantasy bout.